I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up.
To stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
What made you want to step into this world of DC heroes? I needed a job.
Rachel Zegler has finally responded to all the Snow White backlash she's been receiving. And you won't believe this, but she allegedly apologized for her rude comments. She said that it was never her intention to come off as ungrateful after those videos started going viral.
Never wanted to come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities I have.
And even gave a speech saying how playing the role of Snow White is such a big dream for her, and that she's always been a big fan of Disney. However, just a few weeks ago, she was saying nearly the complete opposite.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again.
And even closes off by saying that she's the most grateful person alive, but she just wants to keep it real.
I am the most grateful person alive, but I'm also keeping it real.
And people in the comments had a lot to say. Many thought that she was just saying sorry because news sources lately have been predicting that the movie will not do well in the box office due to her unlikability, as well as others saying that this whole thing was orchestrated by her PR team, and others saying that her switching up is crazy.
Disney's D23 Expo recently unveiled the first glimpse of Gelato as the evil queen in the much-anticipated live-action remake of Snow White, slated for release in the United States on March 21, 2025. This film is set to rekindle the magic of Disney's earliest animated masterpiece Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, first released over 80 years ago. This iconic film not only marked Disney's foray into feature-length animation, but also laid the foundation for its legacy in cinematic storytelling. The original story, rooted in the 182 German fairy tale by the Brothers Grimm, remains a timeless classic. In this version, Rachel Zegler takes on the role of Snow White, while Gal Gadot brings a new dimension to the character of the evil queen. The cast also includes Andrew Burnap as Jonathan and Martin Kleba as Grumpy, adding fresh faces to familiar roles. Directed and produced by Mark Webb, known for his work on films like The Amazing Spider-Man, the movie boasts a screenplay by Greta Gerwig and Aaron Creesa Wilson. With these creative powerhouses at the helm, the film is expected to delve deeper into the narrative, exploring new facets of the story and its characters. Additionally, Benj P.K. and Justin Paul, the award-winning duo behind the music of La La Land and The Greatest Showman, are set to contribute original songs, ensuring that the musical aspect of the film will be as enchanting as ever. However, this live-action adaptation isn't just a straightforward retelling of the classic tale. Speculation and debate have surrounded the project, particularly regarding potential changes to key elements of the story. One significant rumor suggests that the Seven Dwarfs, who played such an integral role in the original film, might be notably absent or portrayed differently in this new version. This has sparked conversations among fans and critics alike, raising questions about how these changes might impact the narrative's essence. Moreover, there has been widespread discussion about Rachel Zegler's involvement in the project. Despite being cast as the titular character, rumors have circulated that she might step away from the role. This speculation has fueled curiosity and concern among fans, as Zegler's departure would be a surprising development given the scale and significance of the project. Her casting had already generated considerable buzz, both positive and negative, due to her unique background. She is of Colombian and Polish descent, challenging traditional depictions of Snow White. As anticipation builds for this reimagined version of Snow White, it's clear that this film will offer both a nostalgic homage to Disney's origins and a fresh take on a beloved story. With its star-studded cast, visionary direction, and potential plot twists, this live-action remake is poised to be one of Disney's most talked-about projects in the coming years. Whether it will meet or defy expectations remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: this Snow White will be anything but ordinary. The ongoing drama surrounding Disney's upcoming live-action Snow White remake has taken on a life of its own, with Rachel Zegler at the center of a whirlwind of controversy. The young actress who was cast as Snow White has found herself in the spotlight for reasons that extend far beyond her role in the film. The buzz began when some of her past interviews resurfaced, revealing her candid thoughts about the original 1937 animated classic. Unlike most Disney fans who grew up cherishing the film, Zegler has been vocal about her criticisms, particularly regarding the portrayal of Snow White and Prince Charming. This has sparked a widespread debate among Disney enthusiasts and critics alike. Zegler's remarks have fueled speculation that her vision for the character is significantly different from the Snow White many fans fans know and love, she has hinted at a major overhaul in the character's narrative, suggesting that the new version will focus more on empowerment and independence. According to Zegler, this Snow White will be less about finding love and more about ruling.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. So we didn't do that this time. It's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut, who knows?
Her kingdom with strength and determination, a sharp departure from the original storyline. This modern take has drawn parallels to other recent Disney reimaginings, such as the 2021 film Cinderella, where traditional roles were flipped on their heads. However, this shift has not been without backlash. Many Disney purists feel that Zegler is raying too far from the original spirit of the tale. Her comments have been interpreted by some as disrespectful to the legacy of the beloved classic, much like replacing Mickey Mouse's iconic ears with something entirely new and unfamiliar. The discontent among fans has been palpable, especially after Zegler's interview with Variety, where she made it clear that she envisions Snow White as a leader rather than just a fairy tale princess waiting for her prince. The controversy deepened when Zegler addressed the character of Prince Charming during an interview with Extra TV. She described the character as a stalker, a comment that didn't sit well with many who cherished the romantic element of the original story. Zegler suggested that Andrew Nab, who plays the prince, would be reinterpreting the role to align with the film's modernized narrative. This bold reinterpretation has only added to the drama, with some fans accusing Zegler of making the story all about her personal views, rather than honoring the source material. Social media platforms like TikTok have exploded with discussions and debates, with many users questioning whether these changes are genuinely about promoting girl power or simply a way to court controversy. Adding fuel to the fire, rumors have emerged that Disney might be reconsidering Zegler's involvement in the project altogether. Speculation is rife that the actress could be dropped from the film, though neither Disney nor Zegler has commented on these rumors. The silence from both parties has only intensified the speculation, leaving fans on edge about the future of the film and Zegler's role in it. One of the most surprising revelations came when Zegler admitted in an interview that she had only watched the original Snow White once, and that it wasn't a particularly enjoyable experience for her. This admission set the internet ablaze, with critics questioning why someone with such a lukewarm view of the classic was chosen to play its titular character. A tweet that went viral expressed the frustration of many. Rachel Zegler said she didn't really like Snow White as a kid and only watched it once before getting the role. Seriously, out of all the actresses who love Snow White, she's the one playing her. This sentiment has been echoed by a significant portion of the fan base, casting doubt on Disney's casting decision. Disney has also faced criticism from public figures like Tommy Len, who did not mince words when addressing the studio's direction with the remake. Lauren argued that Disney's decision to radically change a beloved classic could backfire, potentially leading to a box office flop. She questioned the rationale behind casting Zegler, someone who has openly criticized the original film, as the new Snow White. Ren dug deeper into Zegler's past interviews, highlighting her dismissive comments about the original story, and even noting Zegler's suggestion of a dress search charge for wearing Snow White's iconic gown. Ren accused Zegler of biting the hand that feeds her, a sentiment that resonates with those who believe Zegler is not showing the proper respect for the role she has been given. Despite the growing controversy, Zegler has remained largely unfazed, continuing to champion her vision for the character and the film. She has not publicly responded to the mounting criticism, choosing instead to focus on the project at hand. Whether her vision will resonate with audiences or alienate longtime fans remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the conversation surrounding Disney's Snow White remake is far from over. As the release date approaches, all eyes will be on Disney and Zegler, waiting to see how this high-stakes drama unfolds in a bold.
Listen, if Disney wants to make more woke films that tank at the box office, they are more than welcome to do that, but maybe think of an original idea. Maybe not destroy a classic from my childhood and put an actress in there that not only hates the plot and the storyline of the movie she's in, but also seemingly hates Snow White the character
and calculated response to the swirling controversy, Rachel Zegler took to social media with a series of nostalgic throwback photos where she's dressed up as various Disney princesses, including Snow White. Her accompanying message, "Every kid should believe they can be a princess," no matter what, was a clear attempt to reaffirm her connection to the beloved character and to quiet some of the criticism she's faced. While this move was applauded by some of her fans, it also drew skepticism from others who see it as a strategic effort to mend her public image after her earlier remarks about the original Snow White film. Zegler's post, while endearing to many, hasn't completely silenced the doubters. The backlash over her comments regarding the 1937 classic has left a lasting impression, and some fans are questioning whether her latest social media effort is genuine or merely a PR move to mitigate the damage. The tension surrounding her involvement in the project continues to grow, particularly as rumors of her future with Disney Squirrel adding to the drama. YouTuber Mike Zero has recently stirred the pot by reporting on some behind-the-scenes speculation. According to Zero, Disney executives, including CEO Bob Iger, are carefully monitoring the situation. There's growing concern within the company about how Zegler's involvement might affect the film's reception. The key factor, the audience's reaction to the upcoming Snow White trailer. If the backlash continues to escalate, Disney may be forced to reconsider Zegler's role in the planned sequel. In fact, there's talk that Disney might even scrap the sequel altogether, opting instead for a complete reimagining of Snow White's story. This backup plan would involve a fresh take on the character and her narrative, potentially shifting away from the controversial elements introduced in the current remake. The potential for a major shakeup in Disney's plans reflects the high stakes at play. On one hand, there's a segment of the audience that supports Zegler's vision, viewing it as a necessary modernization of a dated tale. On the other hand, there's a vocal group of fans who feel that the classic story should be preserved untouched by contemporary reinterpretations. This clash between innovation and tradition has sparked intense debate, with Disney caught in the middle, trying to balance the expectations of a diverse audience. As this situation unfolds, the question of Rachel Zegler's future looms large. Will she manage to turn this controversy into a catalyst for greater success, proving her resilience and adaptability in Hollywood? Or will the ongoing Snow White saga cast a long shadow over her burgeoning career? The outcome could significantly influence the trajectory of her career, either solidifying her as a versatile actress unafraid to challenge the status quo, or marking a setback that could be difficult to overcome. For Disney, the stakes are equally high. The company is at a pivotal moment, deciding whether to forge ahead with a bold new vision for Snow White or to retreat to the safety of the familiar. This decision will not only impact the Snow White remake, but could also set a precedent for how Disney approaches future adaptations of its classic tales. As the debate rages on, one thing is clear: Snow White's story and Rachel Zegler's involvement in it has become a lightning rod for discussions about the direction of Disney's live-action remakes. As we look to the future, the trajectory of both the film and Zegler's career hangs in the balance. Will Disney stick to its current path and deliver a Snow White that challenges expectations, or will they pivot back to a more traditional retelling to appease the purists? And for Zegler, will this experience serve as a defining moment that propels her to greater heights, or will the controversy be a stumbling block that she has to navigate carefully? Only time will tell, but for now, this continues with both Disney and Zegler watching closely to see how the next chapter unfolds. The unfolding drama surrounding Disney's Snow White remake doesn't just cast a spotlight on Rachel Zegler, it also raises important questions about the future of Disney's storytelling legacy. For nearly a century, Disney has been synonymous with magical tales that have captivated audiences of all ages. From the groundbreaking success of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1937 to the cultural phenomenon of Frozen, Disney has maintained its position as a powerhouse in the entertainment industry. However, this latest controversy could signal a significant shift in how the studio approaches its beloved classics. Disney's strategy of remaking animated classics into live-action films has been met with varying degrees of success. Films like The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast were box office hits despite some criticism over their faithfulness to the originals. However, other attempts such as Mulan faced backlash for deviating too far from the source material, leading to disappointing returns and a fractured fan base. The current situation with Snow White is reminiscent of these past controversies, but carries even greater stakes due to the iconic nature of the original film. As Disney navigates this delicate balance between honoring tradition and embracing modern sensibilities, the company must tread carefully to avoid alienating its core audience while still appealing to a new generation. Disney's golden touch in storytelling has always relied on its ability to connect with audiences on an emotional level, often through tales that transcend time and culture. Yet in an era where societal values are rapidly evolving, the challenge lies in reinterpreting these timeless stories in a way that resonates with today's viewers without losing the essence that made them beloved in the first place. The debate over Rachel Zegler's portrayal of Snow White and the potential changes to the narrative reflects a broader cultural conversation about the relevance of traditional narratives in modern times. Can a story like Snow White, with its origins in a much different era, be successfully reimagined to reflect contemporary ideals of empowerment and inclusivity, or does tampering with such a classic risk diluting its magic? For Disney, the stakes extend beyond just this one film. The outcome of the Snow White remake could influence the company's future approach to reimagining its other iconic properties. If the film succeeds, it could pave the way for more bold reinterpretations, giving Disney the confidence to continue pushing the boundaries of its storytelling. On the other hand, if it fails to connect with audiences, it could prompt the studio to return to more conservative adaptations, sticking closely to the beloved formulas of the past. But perhaps the most important question is how audiences will respond. As viewers, you hold the power to shape the future of these stories. Will Rachel Zegler's Snow White resonate with you as a symbol of modern femininity, or will you long for the nostalgia of the original? Should Disney continue to innovate and take risks with its classic tales, or is it time for the studio to take a step back and preserve the timelessness of its original creations? And of course, the ultimate test will come when the film finally hits theaters. Will you be among those eagerly buying tickets for the premiere, curious to see how this new interpretation unfolds? Or will you be one of the many who choose to pass, perhaps waiting to see how the dust settles before deciding whether this Snow White is worth your time? In the end, Disney's ability to maintain its golden touch in storytelling may depend not just on its creative choices, but on how well it can read and respond to the desires and expectations of its audience. As the anticipation builds and the debates intensify, one thing is certain: the release of the new Snow White will be a momentous occasion, one that could shape the future of Disney's live-action endeavors for years to come.